Daughter, who was reborn, decided to transform her mother using 21st century makeup techniques to help her marry a wealthy man. She took a hot curling iron to curl her mother's hair. Then, she used a matchstick to shape her mother's eyebrows. Next, she applied homemade lipstick to add color to her mother's lips. After her daughter's makeover, the mother became the most beautiful woman in the factory. The daughter then took her mother to a cultural event held at a garment factory. As soon as she stepped on stage, her stunning appearance left everyone in awe. It turns out the girl was originally a student from the 21st century. After her mother was killed by her father, the girl had to bury her mother's ashes alone. Her father, however, stopped her and smashed the urn right in front of her. While she was trying to gather the ashes back into the urn, her father's mistress kicked it into the middle of the road. The girl was involved in an accident while retrieving the urn. As she lay dying, she suddenly traveled back in time to the 1980s, waking up in her mother's bed. As she looked around in confusion, her mother walked in, startled by the sudden appearance of the girl. The girl, overwhelmed with emotion, pinched her mother's face, realizing that her mother was still alive. However, her mother had not yet married or had children and did not recognize the daughter who had traveled back in time. The girl quickly realized she had traveled through time. She then told her mother about her identity and experiences, saying her purpose was to change her mother's tragic life. Before her mother could react, her stepmother returned home, yanking her by the ear and forcing her to cook. The girl immediately stood up to protect her mother. At that moment, the stepmother's daughter walked in, and the girl instantly recognized her as her father's future mistress, one of the people responsible for her mother's death. So she picked up a glass of water and splashed it on her. Frightened, they quickly fled the house. After this series of events, her mother finally believed the girl's story. The next day, while the girl was away, the stepmother arranged for the girl's mother to marry her future father. Just as the mother was about to be taken away in the bridal sedan, the girl rushed back and saw what was happening. She immediately stepped forward to rescue her mother. She then took out the IOU from her father's high-interest loan. The girl lied, claiming she was friends with the lender and that her father would be in trouble if he couldn't repay the money. Faced with the girl's threat, her father had no choice but to let the mother and daughter go. The girl made her mother promise to stay away from her father for the rest of her life and not to believe a single word he said. Her mother agreed and sealed the promise with a pinky swear. Around this time, the heir of the garment factory returned from abroad. The girl told her mother that this man would be her future husband. Her mother was shocked because the man was the most eligible bachelor in the area. Little did she know, in the previous life, it was this man who saved her when she was gravely ill by providing the money needed for treatment. So in this life, the girl was determined to match her mother with the man to ensure her mother's happiness. She dressed her mother up beautifully and pushed her into the factory manager's office. Since no one was in the office, the woman bumped into the man as she was leaving. As the girl happily watched them, the evil woman suddenly appeared. To prevent her from ruining her mother's happiness, the girl pulled her aside and pinned her to the ground. The evil woman, being strong, managed to break free several times, but in the end, the girl prevailed. This way, her mother finally secured a dinner date with the man. However, the evil woman didn't give up. She deliberately hired 3 thugs to block the man outside the restaurant, pretending to faint to force him to rescue her. This created an opportunity for the scumbag father. Luckily, the mother remembered the girl's warning and didn't give the scumbag any chance. But the scene of the two pulling at each other was seen by the girl, who misunderstood that her mother wasn't following her advice.